fluent, period. What if I told you that one small decision, something simple, almost crazy, could completely change your English forever? Not a course, not a grammar book, not a perfect plan, just one decision. Would you believe me? Or would you say, that's too simple? Because what you're about to hear sounds simple, but it's not easy, and that's why most people never do it. Imagine this. A young boy. Early morning. The city is still quiet. People are sleeping, but he's already awake. No phone, no teacher, no classroom. He gets on his bicycle and rides. Not for 5 minutes, not for 10, but for 40 minutes. Every single day. Rain or sun, it doesn't matter. Now here's the strange part. He's not going to school. He's not going to work. He's not even getting paid. So where is he going? To talk. To strangers. In a language he barely knows. Sounds uncomfortable? Good. Because this is where everything begins. He arrives at a hotel. A place full of foreign visitors. People from different countries. Different cultures. Different accents. And he walks up to them. With courage most adults don't have. And says, "Hello, can I practice English with you?" No script. No preparation. No warranty. Just action. Now think about this. How many people would do that? How many people would risk embarrassment, rejection, silence? Very few. And that's exactly why this story matters. Because something unexpected happened. Those strangers? They didn't laugh. They didn't reject him. They talked. They listened. They corrected him. Without knowing it, they became his teachers. Let me ask you something. What's stopping you from doing something similar? Not the exact same thing, but something uncomfortable, something real, something that forces you to speak. Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't improve your English by thinking about it. You improve by using it. And that young boy, he didn't practice for a week or a month. He did it for years, day after day, step by step, mistake after mistake. And one day, something interesting happened. A foreigner looked at him and said, "Your name is a bit difficult for me. Can I call you Jack?" And he said yes. And that name stayed. Now pause for a second. That moment, it wasn't just about a name. It was about identity. It was about connection. It was about entering a bigger world. Because English is not just a language. It's a door to new people, new ideas, new opportunities, a bigger life. And here's the question you need to ask yourself. Do you want to open that door? Or just stand in front of it forever? Because many people do something strange. They prepare, and prepare, and prepare, but never act. They study grammar. They memorize vocabulary. They watch videos. They read books. And still, they can't speak. Why? Because they trained their brain, but forgot to train their mouth. Let me explain this in the simplest way possible. Imagine you want to learn how to play the piano. So you read books. You watch tutorials. You understand music theory. But you never touch the piano. What happens when you finally try to play? Your fingers freeze. You don't know where to go. It feels unnatural. That's exactly what happens with English. You know the words. You understand the rules. But when it's time to speak, nothing comes out. Does this sound familiar? Be honest. Because this is not about intelligence. And it's not about talent. It's about training. Speaking is a skill. A physical skill. Not just mental. Your tongue moves. Your lips change shape. Your breath adjusts. Your voice controls rhythm. And if you don't train these things, they don't improve. Simple as that. Now here's where things get uncomfortable. Because I'm going to say something most people avoid. The biggest problem is not grammar, not vocabulary, not pronunciation. It's fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of sounding stupid. Fear of being judged. Fear of silence. And that fear keeps you quiet. And silence feels safe. But it's dangerous. Because silence becomes a habit. And habits are hard to break. Let me tell you about someone. Let's call her Rose. She's smart. Works in office. Understands English well. Reads. Writes. Follows conversations. But when it's time to speak, everything changes. In meetings, she stays quiet. Microphone off. Camera on. But voice gone. Her heart beats fast. Her mind knows the answer. But her mouth doesn't move. She starts a sentence. Stops. Smiles nervously. And says, "Sorry, my English is not very good." And just like that, she disappears. After the meeting, she thinks, I knew the answer. I could have said something, but the moment is gone. And slowly, a story begins in her mind. I'm not good at speaking. I need more time. I'll try later. But here's the problem. Later never comes. Because waiting is not training. Now let me ask you something. Are you Rose? Even a little? Because if you are, you need to hear this. The English you have right now is enough to start. Not perfect, but enough. You don't need better English to begin. You need to begin to get better English. That's the shift. Now let me show you something powerful. Another story. A different person. Let's call him Daniel. Daniel had a problem. Same as many people. He understood English, but couldn't speak. In meetings, he froze. Words disappeared. Time slowed down, and silence grew. After a few painful experiences, he made a decision. A simple one. Every day, he would speak. No teacher. No class. No money. Just his phone. He pressed record and talked for 5 minutes. Every day. No script. No perfection. Just speaking. At first, it felt terrible. He didn't like his voice. He repeated words. He stopped. He hesitated. But he didn't quit. He listened to himself. Not to judge, but to understand. And slowly, something changed. Less hesitation. More flow. Better sentences. Not perfect, but better. After a few weeks, he had another meeting. Same situation. Same pressure. But this time, he spoke. Not perfectly, but clearly. And someone said, "Good point." 3 words. That changed everything. Because in that moment, he realized something. I can do this. Now here's the lesson. If you want to speak better, you need to hear yourself speak. Because when you listen to yourself, you see the truth. Where you stop, where you struggle, where you improve. Most people live inside their heads. Thinking, understanding, imagining, but never speaking. And without speaking, there is no progress. So here's something simple you can start today. Speak for 5 minutes. Record it. Listen. Repeat. Not perfect, but consistent. Now, let's go deeper, because I want to give you a clear path. A simple system. 30 days. That's all you need to start changing. First 10 days. Speak alone. Every day. 10 minutes. Talk about your day, your feelings, your plans. Simple sentences. At night, record your voice. 2 to 3 minutes. Listen. Don't judge. Just observe. Next 10 days. Add shadowing. Listen to short audio. Repeat it. Copy the rhythm, the sound, the feeling. This connects your ears and your mouth. Last 10 days. Speak with someone. Not perfect English. Not native speaker. Just someone real. 15 minutes per day. Simple conversations. And something will happen. Not suddenly, but clearly. You will feel more comfortable, more natural, more confident. And that feeling is the beginning of fluency. Now, before we finish, I want you to remember 3 things. Only 3. Number 1, silence is the only mistake you cannot fix. If you speak and make mistakes, you learn. If you stay silent, you stay stuck. Number 2, fluency is not about how much you know. It's about how much you use. Simple words, used well, are more powerful than perfect words, never spoken. Number 3, your accent is not your enemy. It's your identity. People don't care about perfection. They care about understanding, connection, communication. So stop hiding. Stop waiting. Stop preparing forever. Start speaking. And if you've made it this far, it means something inside you is ready. So don't lose this moment. Subscribe to Fluent, because this is just the beginning. Now here's your challenge. After this video, say 1 sentence in English. Out loud. Not in your head. Out loud. That's your first step. Tomorrow, say 2, and then 3. And one day, without even noticing, you'll be speaking, flowing, living in English. 6 months from now, you could be a different person. More confident, more open, more connected to the world. But only if you start. Right now. Fluent. Confident. Unstoppable. That's you. If you choose it. Fluent.